Yo, what's good? Wigmate 912 is to the street TV in your area. Man, it's going down. It's going down, man. This been the moment we've been waiting for. This trial just got real crazy, y'all. I said that yesterday. I said that last night. I said it earlier today that this new witness could, he could shake up the case. And I don't think he necessarily shook it up more than, well, we wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I wasn't expecting to hear what I just heard. And it's running through YouTube fast, so you might have already heard the news, but if not, Here's to the Street gonna bring it to you. So without further ado, I'm not gonna wait too long because I did, start this live a little early. Luke, Big Red, Jew Martin, Crystal Williams, R. Bird, D Chance, Lovelace. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We ain't even gonna waste some more time. So of course we're gonna go and check out Lawyers for Workers first, and then we're gonna check out the lovely Melograms. And just to remind y'all, this isn't all, because it's still going on right now. They're actually on break, so we're actually just hearing the first half of the day news coverage. But when I heard this a little bit, I couldn't wait, y'all. I was gonna go ahead and go live a little later when everything was said and done. But I said, hey, what the hell, man? We might as well do this right now. This is too juicy just to hold to myself and just wait for everybody else on the YouTube streets to put it out. So without further ado, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. All right, let me pull it up. And I hope everybody having a good day. Good day for some drama. Some drama on YouTube. All right, let me make sure I pull up the right video first. Okay. Hold on. Make sure I pull up the right one first, y'all.
So a lot of y'all.
All right. Here we go. All right, let me put my mic on mute real quick. Y'all ready for this? I know y'all is. Let me make it just a little bit bigger. Let me get it right, y'all. I'm just trying to get it right. My bad. I know y'all anticipating. Turn my music down just a little bit. All right, here we go. Let's go.
Hear what the eyewitness testimony better than TV. Hollywood writers can't make this stuff up. Wait until you hear what the eyewitness testimony was. I asked Mr. Kelly, do you know why you're here? He said, absolutely. The defense attorney put up a picture of the back of his home. You could see a driveway. They had him draw a square where the SUV was parked. It was right on the curb of the back of his house, 10, 15 feet. His window is overlooking it. He stepped out onto his Juliet balcony and he watched for several minutes as Meg the Stallion and Kelsey, the two females, he didn't identify them by name, got out of the car and they were engaged in a fight. It was violent. It was quite aggressive. It started with arguing that woke him up in the middle of the night.
Kelsey said they never fought. They just bumped each other. And Meg claimed that they never had a fight. Meg claimed that she was only arguing with Torey. Y'all remember that? That's what they told. That's what they said in court. But let's continue on.
Where his house is, often him and his son are woken up in the middle of the night by people who stop in and around the back of his home. This was another night, arguing, escalation, two women fighting. He watched the whole thing while standing. Oh my God, it gets crazier. As he looked on a fight that he described as quite violent, he then saw actually all four were involved in what he called an aggressive, everyone fighting, essentially just a melee, a free-for-all between four people in the middle of the night, right outside of his back window.
Now that might explain why that guy hasn't brought his ass to court. You don't want to have to explain the fight and all the shit that's going on this night. So now he's saying that there's a big fight going on, and now all four of them are fighting. But there's still a lot of iffy in this story.
Said at one point he saw one woman go back into the car. At that point he saw a muzzle flash. Then he said there was a man, and after the first few shots from the woman came off, he saw the man getting...
Hold up, swole up. You said a woman went back to the car and you saw a muzzle flash and a woman let off a couple of shots? Did I just hear him right? He said a woman went back to the car to grab something. Maybe it was something in that bag that got removed from the back trunk and got pushed up to the front of the seat. Oh shit. Getting sticky, y'all.
Involved with the woman, and more shots went off. On cross-examination, the prosecutor asked him, "Did you see the man shoot?" He said, "Yes. I saw the shorter man with the gun shooting violently in the air at least 5 times." Okay, wait, what? That's not...
Well, hold up. He just changed the story at the drop of a dime. Because he just said he saw a woman shooting first. And then he saw a man start shooting in the air about 5 times. But wait. There was only 5 shots fired. There was only 5 shots fired. How can he shot all the 5 shots, but the guy said he saw the woman shooting first, already shooting? Now he's shooting in the air. Or he said all around or whatever. He ain't saying if he shot it there. I don't know if they're gonna say did he shoot at the ground or where did he shoot. But it sounds like, to me, and I'm just making a speculation, it sounds like he took the gun from him and shot out all the bullets. But let's continue on, see what else he said.
Not what you just testified. Then the defense attorney went back and asked him, "I thought you said you saw the woman and then you saw the man shoot." And he's like, "Yeah, you have to understand, it was just a crazy free-for-all and it all happened very quickly." And then he said the most shocking thing that has come out in this case, which is that after the shots went off, one woman crawled further away, that the 3 people then went over there and beat her violently while she was on the ground. They picked her up. They looked like they were going to drag her and throw her into the river. Instead, they dragged her across the street, put her in the car, and drove off.
Whoa, Nelly. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, exactly. Why that DNA ain't on the gun for one? And whoa, hold up. So after the shooting, after the regular fight, you're telling me these two men and a woman went over there and beat Megan's ass. She crawled across the street and they went over there and beat her ass and threw her ass back in the car. Okay. Hey, you can't make this shit up. Is this Hollywood shit? I know it happened in Hollywood, but somebody write this script before they did this? So hold on, let's get this straight. So they started, you heard the arguing outside. You come outside, you see one woman jump out, and then the two women start going at it. And then the men jump out, and then one of the women run back to the car and started firing shots from the car because he saw the muzzle. He seen the gunshot first, and he seen the woman shooting first. Then you see a guy, I guess, I don't know if he took the gun or whatever he did, and then he started firing shots in the air. But you're saying you saw 5 shots. The person was shooting 5 shots in the air. But there's only 5 bullets in the gun. So what the evidence shows. So how many times did the man shoot? He couldn't have shot 5 times. There's only 5 bullets in the gun. And the woman already done shot 3 times. So after the shooting done, you're saying one of the women crawled across the street and they went over there and violently beat her ass? They went over there and beat her ass, and then they threw her in the car. But he thought they was gonna throw her in the river. So this is that white person perspective. Because you can tell this is a white dude. He was like, oh, look at these niggas out here fighting and shit. Oh, they about to throw her in the river. What in the hell? What in the hell? So you thought they was gonna throw her in the river, but instead they threw her ass in the car. It sounded like somebody was wilding the fuck out. It sounded like somebody was wilding the fuck out. And they had to go goddamn, Meg ain't no little chick. Y'all think they had to go, you know what I'm saying, tighten her ass up or whatever and then throw her ass in the car. 2 + 2 = 10. Right. I think there was 7 bullets in the clip, one in the chamber, but they only found 5 bullet cases. It's possible that 2 of them couldn't have got found though, because they did find one later. And all the bullet cases were found in the grass inside in the guy's yard. So it's possible that it could have been seven shells and 7 shots. And one of them, 2 of them didn't get found. That's possible. But there's more, y'all. Let's go ahead and hear more.
The prosecution, we're on lunch. The prosecution is going to come back, and basically they're trying to build the case that this witness is lying because he's intimidated by the defense, that he never said anything about the muzzle flash going off near Kelsey, and now he's saying all this because he's scared of telling the truth. We'll see how that comes out on direct. Here's a fact, though. He has been consistent about a couple things. One, the 2 women were outside that car fighting for several minutes. Escalated, started with an argument, then it got quite violent, and the security guard came out to try to separate them. The idea that the jury would credit Meg's testimony, which is just completely contradicted by this eyewitness, is highly unlikely. The prosecution has major work to do to save their case, which is absolutely on life support.
So y'all just heard the same thing I heard. So why? Now the question you have to ask now, why Meg never said everybody came and whooped my ass? Why she never mentioned that the driver jumped out and that Meg and that all of them jumped her? Why she never said that? That would have been more powerful to her story. Everybody would have been like, oh, well, damn, man beating up on a woman and this and that, this and that, this and that. Still something is being hid. Because Meg got up there and lied and said her and Kelsey never got into a fight. Kelsey said they never got into a fight. Meg said she for sure saw Torey shoot her and say dance, bitch, dance, and all this shit does. It never, I guess where you could say Torey knocked what's name to the ground and pulled her by her hair. Did they mention maybe they was breaking up the fight or that they was already fighting and them guys had to goddamn, rough their ass up a little bit? The motherfucker probably was out of control. You couldn't go up there and say, hey, y'all stop, man, try to pull them apart and all that. These bras probably kicking and pulling and scratching and all that shit. You had to probably get, and Torey's a short dude. So I'm pretty sure he had to actually use his manpower to stop this fight. This is wild. And it ain't over yet, y'all. The trial's still going on. They're coming back. This is just halfway through it. So now let's listen to what Mar-a-Lago Graham got to say about it. And she got a couple of people that gave their opinion about what they heard also. So it's going to come from several different opinions here. Okay, hold on. All right, here go Mar-a-Lago Graham.
They said who was fighting?
Let's get her take on it, what news she got, and we can elaborate her story with what we just heard from workers for lawyers for workers.
The girls. And then they said, who did you initially? They said, who was fighting? The girls. And then they said, who did you initially see with the gun?
Had the gun. You saw the girl with the gun, right? He said yes. They said, and then Torey got out after the initial gunshots were fired to break it up. He said yes. They said in the driveway, the three of them were beating the girl. Listen to this. They say when Megan crawled over to the adjacent driveway, he said the three of them, that would be Kelsey, Quan, and Torey. He is accusing them of beating Megan to the point where he thought that they would kill her. He said that Megan was in a fetal position and that the bigger guy said the police coming. He said they picked the girl up and I thought that they was going to throw her in the motherfucking water. He said if they would have thrown her in the water, it was 12 to 15 feet deep. And he said, I thought that that's what they was about to do. I thought that they would kill her, but then they put in the car and drove off. That is why I made the comment about the way that we're viewed. That is why. It sounds like to me they picked her up, and maybe you assume because it was niggas that they was finna throw the bitch overboard and try to kill her, but they went and put it in the car. So what made you think they would throw her in there? Did they walk over there and try to throw her in there, or did you just see them pick her up? Okay. So they put in the car and drove off. He said he was awakened when they were arguing. So he did not, see them get out the car, but he saw Kelsey get out the car for this fight. He said Megan climbed back into the car and the passenger doors were open. He said the larger guy walked around to the front of the car. And then we go to cross-examination. That the counselor asked you about the 911 call, and what did you say? He said that there was a violent attack and that they were beating girls, and they gave an objection. They came back and they brought the question again. He said they were beating the girls. Yes, that's what I said. Now get this. Don't let them leave this part out. He said, that is what I said on the phone call because that's what they were doing at the time. He said at that time when I called 911, they were hitting her. They were beating the girl.
They were all fussing.
And they were all fussing and beating the girl. He said, so, that's what happened. And they said, you testified about a short guy getting out of the back, right? Yes. When the small guy got out, they all fought. He said that, he got out and he was shouting a lot. They were all shouting. They said, "Didn't you tell us, quote, the chap in the car was firing the gun?" He said, "Yes." He said, "But they were all fighting." He said, "I saw the short guy shoot all over everywhere, about 4 to 5 shots." And then they played the audio. Now, this is where my problem comes in at. You said that you didn't see a gun, and you said that Kelsey initially, fired the gun. There were only 5 shots fired. So what the hell have you heard, and what the hell is going on?
Damn.
Would be my question.
I gotta go.
So
Hey, ma'am, I really like that song, Wet Ass Pussy.
Now we definitely just heard a mouthful, but y'all about to get a good laugh right here, y'all, because a white guy is talking to her right now, and this white guy is confusing her for Meg the Stallion. You can't make this shit up. He interrupt what she's talking about right here to us, and he thinks she is Meg the Stallion. If y'all just heard him, he said, "I like that song you got, Wet Ass Pussy." And right now she's looking like, huh? What you mean? And she could go for Meg though. If you don't really know what Meg looked like, really, and you just seen her, she is, brown skinned girl. I don't know what her body look like, but a white guy's confusing her for Meg the Stallion right now. Hold on, let me let y'all hear this shit. This shit's funny. And then it's gonna get back to her telling the rest of the story. But there's a lot to unpack in this testimony. I gotta go.
So
Hey, ma'am, I really like that song, Wet Ass Pussy.
you like what? What song you like?
Wet Ass Pussy.
Who I look like to you?
Megan the Stallion.
You think I sing that song?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. God. Well, hey, I'm usually thinking about Frank Sinatra.
Okay, I know that's right, but that's okay. She's a beautiful girl.
Hey, gee, I
All right.
did.
Okay. No, I don't sing that song.
Really?
Yeah, wop, wop, wop. This some wet ass pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that ain't me. I'm coming up with a mixtape though.
All right. Well, hey, I'll look for it then.
I'm not Mr. Elevator.
I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry.
No. People mistake people for other people all the time. It's fine, sir. And I like Frank Sinatra too.
Yeah, well, you got something there.
Okay.
You gotta do something. Hey.
Okay. I'm no, it's fine. You have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Now that was hilarious, y'all. That was hilarious, y'all. I like that song, Wet Ass Pussy. He didn't say WAP. He just wanted to goddamn, he just tried to flirt. He trying to get up on some goddamn chocolate. That's what he trying to get up on. I like that song, Wet Ass Pussy. Salute, Ricardo. Hell nah.
When I tell you, you cannot make this shit up. Are you kidding me? I didn't even catch what he said at first. All I heard was pussy.
Yeah, he said, "I like that song. I like that song, Wet Ass Pussy." Oh, there.
Okay. All right. Okay. Woo. So when the small guy got out of the car, they all fought. And he got out and he was shouting a lot, and they was all shouting. He said, "Didn't you say that the chap in the car was firing the gun?" He said, "Yeah, but they was all fighting." And he said, "I saw the short guy shooting all over the place with his hands up, just shooting all over the place, about 4 or 5 shots." Once again, let's be logical. Babe, if only 5 shots were fired, so how the fuck was Torey still in the car when Kelsey started firing, but he shot 4 or 5 shots? Be logical. And this is why this witness, I just feel like babe, you're not making sense to me. I mean, what the fuck happened? So, well, because the man doesn't have a point of reference, they had to describe him as the short guy. They had to describe Kelsey as one of the young ladies that was shorter, and then the other guy as the tall guy. Okay? That's what they had to do because he don't have no point of reference, and they didn't even want defense referencing him as my client. So they made that very clear. Hey, he said, I saw the short guy shoot all over everyone. So they played the audio of the gunshots. The gunshots went as followed. Pop, 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 pause, pop, pop. All right. I saw the short guy shoot. Okay, I already read that. They said, you saw the short guy, and this is what you heard after they played the audio? He said, yeah. He said, I told them multiple times, and then she fell out the car and was bleeding and crawling and stumbling. And shooting inside the car.
Now that's very important, y'all, because remember, they played the audio. He was on the phone. He was supposedly on the phone calling the police, and they're playing the audio. Now he's sitting there saying he saw the guy shoot in the air 5 times, but on the phone you can hear pop, 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 pop. So which one is it? You can't shoot 5 shots. He heard, you can hear 5 shots on the phone, which he's saying he's seeing it. So the first 5 shots, you're saying that it was the woman that was shooting, or the first 3 shots, or whatever it was. You're saying that that's who you saw shooting, the woman. Then all of a sudden you see the guy shooting all in the air 5 times also. How's that possible if there's only 5 shots? Unless the shells didn't get found. Maybe they bounced over there in the water or some shit. Obviously, it must be some water close. But something ain't right here. Something ain't right.
What you said? He said yes. He said, play 4 or 5 shots. Be logical. And this is why this... Okay. So, woo. So when the small guy got out of the car, they all fought. And he got out and he was shouting a lot, and they was all shouting. He said, didn't you say that the chap in the car was firing a gun? He said, yeah, but they was all fighting. And he said, I saw the short guy shooting all over the place with his hands up, just shooting all over the place, about 4 or 5 shots. Once again, let's be logical. Babe, if only 5 shots were fired, so how the fuck was Torey still in the car when Kelsey started firing, but he shot 4 or 5 shots? Be logical. And this is why this witness, I just feel like, babe, you're not making sense to me. I mean, what the fuck happened? So, well, because the man doesn't have a point of reference, they had to describe him as the short guy. They had to describe Kelsey as one of the young ladies that was shorter, and then the other guy as the tall guy. Okay? That's what they had to do because he don't have no point of reference, and they didn't even want defense referencing him as my client. So they made that very clear. Hey, he said, I saw the short guy shoot all over everyone. So they played the audio of the gunshots. The gunshots went as followed. Pop, 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 pause, pop, pop. All right. I saw the short guy shoot. Okay, I already read that. They said, you saw the short guy, and this is what you heard after they played the audio? He said, yeah. He said, I told them that he shot multiple times and that she fell out the car and was bleeding and crawling and stumbling. They said, you thought that you saw a female shooting inside the car. Ain't that what you said? He said, yes. He said, but my son was with me and I was worried about my son. He was the one who ended up finding the last cartridge case. And he said, but I never saw a gun. So if you never saw a fucking gun, nigga, how the fuck you saw Torey shooting a gun 5 times? Mm-hmm. What the fuck are you talking about? Please.
Yeah, that part does confuse the fuck out of me too. Cause I'm over here, I was with him until he said he never saw a gun. But you saw a female with a gun shoot shots into, it sounds like you said shots into the car. That's what it sounded like. And then you said she hobbled out of the car. But I thought they was already out fighting. So you saying, and then when the audio played, it says 3 shots, then 1. So you're saying that that's when Torey shot. So So you had already seen the girl shoot pretty much before you made the call. If I'm following this right, the motherfucker done confused the fuck out of me. He all over the place.
They thought, let this man go home because this is botched. He said, didn't you say, I see what appears to be the girl shooting into the car? Yes. Quote, he was shooting and she was just kicking and she crawled across the street into a ball. They said, what did Torey say as he fired the gun? This man said it was a torrent of appears to be the girl. So if you never saw a fucking gun, nigga, how the fuck you saw Torey shooting a gun?
Okay, y'all. Let me get this straight, because it sounds like she just said he saw a woman shooting into the car. Then he saw this guy with his hands in the air shooting the gun. There's only 5 bullets here, y'all. Remember that. Pop, 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 pop. No DNA on the gun by the person that supposedly made those pops. Remember, he said the first time he seen the gun, he seen the female go back to the car after the 2 females were fighting. She went back to the car and then he saw a flash of a muzzle, like she was firing into the car. So do y'all think he said Megan went into the car. Do y'all think that she went into the car and grabbed the pistol and it went off, or? Because he's saying that Megan went back to the car and got something. Or did he say Kelsey did? Motherfucker got me fucked up. Got me confused.
Five times. What the fuck are you talking about? Please. They thought, let this man go home because this is botched. He said, didn't you say, I see what appears to be the girl shooting into the car? Yes. Quote, he was shooting and she was just kicking and she crawled across the street into a ball. They said, what did Torey say as he fired the gun? This man said it was a torrent of abuse. They were saying, motherfucker this, motherfucker that. He said, but it was all of them. He said, but Torey was going crazy and he was agitated. Here go, Ken Barbie. He was going crazy. Child, he said, yeah, he was going crazy. That fit his narrative. And then they were done and they wanted a redirect. Okay. Mr. Kelly, they said you spoke with my guy on January 5th, 2021, right? And you talked to the prosecution's people in September 2021. He said, yeah. And you agreed that you spoke to police and said that my client was in the car when shots were initially fired. He said, yes. And when you saw that muzzle flash closer to Kelsey, my client was in the car. He said, yes.
Okay. So his very first story back in 2021 was the first gunshots he ever saw or heard came from the female. Like it was towards inside into the car. Now they haven't found any gunshots in the car, I don't assume. I'm telling not. They might have left that out. But y'all heard that for yourself. They're going over what he told them initially back then.
I'm using my client loosely, just so y'all know, but referencing Torey. They said, didn't you say that when he got out the car that he tried to get the gun from the other girl? He said, yes, what I said. He said, when you first heard the gun and saw the muzzle flash, that was near the woman, correct? He said, yes. He said, you said you never saw a gun, right? He said, yeah, he had something, but I just saw him like waving his hands around. And he said, it was just all this fighting and yelling and the girls was fighting and he just got out cussing. They said, who did you see fire the first shot? The witness said, the girl.
Yes.
Let them hoes tell you what the fuck they wanted.
Y'all think she shot herself in the car, y'all? Because it sounded like what he said he saw. Like, he seen her get back in the car, and, you know what I'm saying? That's the first person that initially saw shoot the shot into the car. But there would be a bullet in the car, though. Are they covering up that? Or once they seen she shot herself, did they try to stage some kind of scene or some shit? This shit crazy. Like, what the fuck y'all niggas was doing, man? It sound like that's what it sound like he's saying. She went in there, he seen the muzzle flash from the car, shot went off. When that woman grabbed the gun. Now, they say 5 shots, but yeah, of course you can say, well, you ain't gonna shoot yourself, you know what I'm saying, with 5 shots. But those 5 shots might have just been, you know, just the distraction. Shit, hold up, what the fuck? Or those 5 shots might have just been the, you know, getting rid of all the bullets that's in the gun. This shit sound crazy, man.
Tell you that's what that man said. He said he initially from the other girl. He said, yes, that's what I said. He said, well, Mr. Kelly, they said you spoke with my guy on January 5th, 2021, right? And you talked to the prosecution's people in September 2021. He said, yeah. And you agreed that you spoke to police and said that my client was in the car when shots were initially fired. He said, yes. And when you saw that muzzle flash closer to Kelsey, my client was in the car. He said, yes. I'm using my client loosely, just so y'all know, but referencing Torey. They said, didn't you say that when he got out the car that he tried to get the gun from the other girl? He said, yes, that's what I said. He said, when you first heard the gun and saw the muzzle flash, that was near the woman, correct? He said, yes. He said, you said you never saw a gun, right? He said, yeah, he had something, but I just saw him like waving his hands around. And he said it was just all this fighting and yelling, and the girls was fighting, and he just got out cussing. They said, who did you see fire the first shot? The witness said, the girl.
Yes.
Let them hoes tell you what the fuck they want to tell you. That's what that man said.
Man, it also sounds like, do y'all think this motherfucker was about to offer herself? And the man stopped her, you know what I'm saying, and made her, you know what I'm saying, shoot down, and then, you know, took the gun away from him and shit. This motherfucker that lost it, then started fighting this shit, and niggas shooting in the air to goddamn try to make everybody goddamn tighten up. Motherfuckers balling up and doing it, man. Y'all ever been with somebody that ain't got too drunk or too high and they just absolutely tripping? They absolutely, man, I'm talking about they just blow everything, boy. They make you have to carry them. They make you have to whoop their ass. They make you have to everything. They just be tripping. Drunk wasn't a word. Salute mom, boss. Salute Miss So. Salute Ellie.
Narrative. And then they were done and they wanted a redirect. Okay. Mr. Kelly, they said you spoke with my guy on January 5th, 2021, right? And you talked to the prosecution's people in September 2021. He said, yeah. And you agreed that you spoke to police and said that my client was in the car when shots were initially fired. He said, yes. And when you saw that muzzle flash closer to Kelsey, my client was in the car. He said, yes. I'm using my client loosely, just so y'all know, but referencing Torey. They said, didn't you say that when he got out the car that he tried to get the gun from the other girl? He said, yes, that's what I said. He said, when you first heard the gun and saw the muzzle flash, that was near the woman, correct? He said, yes. He said, you said you never saw a gun, right? He said, yeah, he had something, but I just saw him like waving his hands around. And he said it was just all this fighting and yelling, and the girls was fighting, and he just got out cussing. They said, who did you see fire the first shot? The witness said, the girl.
Yes.
Let them hoes tell you what the fuck they want to tell you. That's what that man said.
Mm-hmm.
He said he initially, what? It's 3 people sitting right here. They talking about that's not what was said. You's a motherfucking lie.
What? I'm sorry.
No, you fine. No, I'm putting. Sorry, they just got blocked. But I'm telling you exactly what was said. But you knew that already. So if you feel like you identify more with them, go over there, because I'm gonna tell you what I saw and what I wrote down. But and I want y'all to hear from other people as well, so y'all can get into what they heard. But if have I been wrong yet, you guys?
No.
Okay.
You got the same note.
Okay. So then they do a recross. They said, this prosecution now, was your interview recorded? When we did it, he said, I don't know. They said, did he tell you the interview was recorded? He said, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
They said, would that be important to you? He said, yeah, I would want to know that I was, being recorded. They said, did you say that Torey was outside of the vehicle when the shit went down? He said, yeah. He said, did you say that all of them were out of the vehicle when the shots was fired? He said, yeah. So don't they contradict his last statement where he said that Torey was in the car? That's why I'm not fooling with this. They said, when was the first time that you said it was a girl? He said, in the beginning. He said, on the 911 call, did you mention a girl? He said, no. Listen, when you spoke to Officer Diaz, did you mention a girl? He said, no. But at the time, I didn't realize I was being recorded. What significance does that bear? And for me, they were trying to establish that he didn't mention a girl until he met with the defense. So they're trying to paint a picture that you basically changed your story because you went over here to do this and talk to them. Now they went to the bench and they said that we could go to lunch, and that is what happened. Okay, so yeah.
Now it sounds like this Wick is, I don't know what the fuck they got into him, but he on both sides of the fence here. He ain't doing. I mean, he's saying that he saw a girl at one time, but at the same time, he didn't tell them that at the gate. So that kind of puts a lot of doubt into his testimony. Because one minute he's saying that Torey was in the car, then the next minute he's saying that he out of the car. Salute, Unity. Yeah, it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, my boy. Yeah, I'm making a little bigger. But yeah, at first he's saying he's at the bottom. I mean, he's saying that Torey is in the car, and then he'll turn around and say he's outside the car. It's crazy.
I'm going to pass my phone. They feel about this and what they saw. Okay.
And what they saw.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what's happening.
Okay. That's what's happening.
So, hey y'all, my name is Jasmine. Case, and when I tell you this is what we are hearing is definitely contradicting the fact. Megan and Kelsey got into a fist fight, both testifying on the stand saying, and the fact that Megan was in a kicking, they was pulling each other hair, they was on all this shit. And I'm terrified of this damn man about us, okay? So when I say this man is contradicting himself, he's going back and forth, he's not remembering certain shit, but remember certain shit. He saw a gun, did see a gun. He did say that he thought and hoped that he was seeing fireworks, not a gun. When he saw he saw the sparks from the gun, he keeps saying, I thought that it was fireworks. And of course he said, I saw the girl shoot the gun first. It was not Torey that shot the gun first, according to him. It was the girl who shot the gun first because Torey was still sitting in the car. And after
that makes me feel like I was just trying to protect my girl.
Yeah, but what happened was the man said, I saw the girl shoot the gun first, and then the guy was still in the car, but the guy got out of the car, and then of course we can also hear on the audio that's when the more shots rang out. But he's saying now that, I saw the guy shooting like 4 or 5 shots, and it was just going on. He was all crazy and just shooting all over the place. But that's not what he had previously said. So anywho, y'all, this the shit show at this moment.
I think the homie Big Rig said it best. Y'all think that rock got to him? And I ain't talking about that dope. Yeah. Yeah, somebody tried to goddamn coach him at the last second, but he fucked it all up by talking about he fucked it all up by talking about 5 shots and all that shit. He fucked up.
And we gonna just keep y'all updated. Y'all know Milagro doing the damn thing. Updated and real. She really what the fuck going on. So I'm gonna pass this phone. You want this?
Did you?
Yes.
Look.
That's good. That's good. My name is Marquisha. So I just wanted to say the most important thing about the case is that you have to stick to the facts. And so we're going by testimony. So if Megan and Kelsey said that they lied about the fight, that directly goes against what this whole trial is about. So if Megan and Kelsey, if Megan and Kelsey was fighting, that gives Kelsey motive to have picked up the gun.
Exactly.
And that is the biggest thing here.
What EJ said yesterday, didn't he bitch yesterday that he saw something that looked like a gun, but just
Yes, EJ did say yesterday that he's seen something that looks like a gun in Kelsey's bag. And I think this is important to note. It was inconclusive on the gun for DNA, but on the magazine, Torey was ruled out. So that means that gun could not have been Torey's because he wasn't loading it. And if Torey didn't have that gun or have knowledge of that gun, only the person who had knowledge of that gun could have picked that gun up. And I think that's the biggest part of this. Torey could never have reached for a gun that he did not know was there. And that's all I had to say about it. How can you reach for a gun that you don't know is there? The gun was found around what we confirmed to be Kelsey's stuff from EJ. So I think these are things that white media is not covering enough.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now I agree with all of their perspectives, and this is a perspective that I also see too. Because the fact that they got him charged with, like I say, 3 gun charges. None of those charges that he got say aggravated assault or attempted murder or anything actually in, of shooting Meg. And that's the whole, that's the big, misdirection that's going on in this trial that I've noticed. So they're really just trying to get him for gun charges. So it's very important to know who brought that gun into action. The fact that he ended up shooting the gun does not make him guilty of, what they're charging him with. They're not charging him with, did you shoot Meg? They're charging him with, is that your damn gun? Did you bring this gun to this scene? And did this gun end up getting used? Now, for some reason, they could have figured that out just by fucking running the serial prints on the gun and seeing who the gun registered. But for some reason, that hasn't gotten pulled up. I mean, even the average person would think that that'd be the first thing that, would be put out there. So, you got that. And then, too, the gun is like some kind of little weird green-looking gun. Don't look like a man gun. You know what I'm saying? And then to the next point, you got a person, an eyewitness saying that they saw a woman shoot the gun first. So somebody might have, popped off and had the gun taken from them. And then other shots might have been shot by that person, but they wasn't aimed at the person to do harm to them. It's probably taking that gun so the person wouldn't do harm to themselves. Because what this eyewitness is saying, somebody shot that gun off, and they could have potentially shot themselves or harmed themselves or got close enough where a fragment could have got into it or something like that. If what this guy is saying is true. I mean, we've heard crazier shit. We heard motherfuckers lie and say they didn't get into a fight. We got the person saying, yeah, I definitely seen y'all motherfuckers fight. I'm definitely seeing this guy down here doing something and waving. You know, I can see where he got. He's waving something in the air and he shoots 5 times in the air or something like that. Like it don't fucking make sense because we know how many bullets was out there. But you do recognize that there was an initial shot that was shot in the car. Or towards in the car or something like that. It wasn't a dude standing behind you and saying, dance, bitch, dance. That's what we do know. That first shot wasn't you sitting there and just looking over your shoulder because you got out the car because you just told the nigga his music was trash. And now you're getting out the car to walk and then the nigga just behind you and just saying, dance, bitch, dance, and then shooting 3 times and shooting 2 more times. Because we know that this is a gun that you can't hold down on the trigger and keep shooting. That's what they said about the gun. It's not one of those automatic where you just hold down on the trigger and keep shooting. You got to pull the trigger five times. You got to shoot 5 shots individually. So you have 2 eyewitnesses that saw y'all motherfuckers fighting. Somebody went to the car and went and got that damn gun. 1 shot, and then 3 shots. When he called the police, that's when the 3 shots and then the 2 shots went. But there was already an initial shot that went off. That's what I got from this. Now, who was that initial shot? Who shot that initial shot? Who brought that gun out? That's everything that they need to know. Because that would tell you that this man is not guilty of what y'all are charging him with. Now, he might be guilty of discharging his firearm. Y'all probably can drop all these charges and give him a lesser charge of discharging his firearm. I don't think it is, but hey, we'll see how this goes.
All facts. Oh, y'all go ahead. I don't need to say nothing. All I want to say is I don't believe the audio. The audio don't sound real as heck. Because if you have people shooting a gun and they out there cussing and yelling, you will hear them cussing and yelling too in the audio. You don't hear nothing but just gunshots going off. It ain't real.
Oh wow!
I think they made that up.
Okie dokie. We're back. My titties are still big. And see, this is what's going on. So y'all go get y'all news from wherever y'all want to, and they're gonna tell y'all whatever they want to. But I done told you exactly what was said in the courtroom, like I've been doing. If I wanted to keep details, bitch, I wouldn't have told you shit that I felt like was damning to, particular sides. But I'm telling you everything. If Megan got jumped by the other 3, why wouldn't you acknowledge that?
Neither one of them.
Nobody acknowledged it, but why wouldn't Megan say that? Why wouldn't you come and say that? Okay, they said Megan Cunningham said something completely different. Child. And I think that the defense could have did a better job with him. But then what do you do with somebody that's contradicting them themselves?
Hey, G, that's a great question.
Like what? And could they have been restraining her? Like, I don't know. He contradicted himself.
Because first he was saying that Torey was helping, then he said they all fighting. So dude, they helping.
And let me tell you why this is still a win. You can let Megan Cunningham for whoever else say what the fuck they want to say. Let me tell you why this is still a win. Because that ain't what Megan said happened.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, check that. That's not what Megan said happened. That's not what the fuck Kelsey said. And they said so the whole time it was Torey protecting a black woman. That's what it sounds like to me. Yep. A bitch pulled a gun and started firing. Bitch, let me just speculate. Bitch, you got me fucked. He said that they let them fight for a while. Mm-hmm. But when a gun got pulled and them shots went off, bitch, what the fuck is you doing with the whoop? You gonna spring into action. You gonna stop that shit. You gonna try to separate them. Remember Kelsey said she got picked up like a rag doll? Yep. I believe that. I believe that was the violent separation that man was talking about. I believe that he probably yanked the fuck out that hoe to pick her the fuck up. Hell no. This story about the 3 of them beating on Megan, maybe the bitch is 5'11". Maybe they were trying to get her in the car. Does that make sense to y'all? Maybe he was trying to get the bitch in the car. She big. If the bitch fighting back and they got her, They said her mom said Torey was shooting a gun. That is what the man said, but that's not all he said. Exactly. So I just need everybody to go over everything that he said. Mm-hmm. That's all. Because what he said was a girl had the gun first. Torey was still in the car when that first shot got fired and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. That's what he said. And if y'all want to pull court transcripts and run it, bitch, we can do it because I'm writing down everything. And I ain't stopped being thorough today. If I wanted to keep shit close to the chest, bitch, I wouldn't have told you half of what that nigga said because some of it was fucking condemning to, you know what I'm saying? So, bitch, I'm telling you everything that happened just like I have every other day. So, this is still a dub because at the end of the day, that's not what you said happened. You said that somebody shot you with the intent to shoot you. That's what you said happened. That's not what's being described. So court is about not what you know, but what you can prove. And what if they...
Now that's a big fucking fact. Because I'm just going off of what she said. Fuck what my theory is. You said that the man goddamn walked out and told you to dance, bitch, dance. And that don't sound like the kind of what was going on. So now it puts out there, why are you putting more shit on him than what actually happened? You're not telling about the fight. You're not telling about, you know what I'm saying, somebody going to the car and then, you know, what female had this gun. Because I'm still not clear if he's saying that Meg went and got that gun. I mean, went back to the car and he seen the muzzle flash, or did the other person do that? Because, you know, he really don't know the difference between them. So, but the fact that she said that she looked over her shoulder and she seen him with the gun and he said, dance, bitch, dance. I think she just said that shit too early. When she decided she was gonna lie, that was just too early in the game. She tried to do a little too much. She must have dreamed that shit up. Or old girl must have said that shit. That's amazing. To go this damn far.
Question I'll leave you with. And the answer is what this young lady just said. Nothing.
There is too much reasonable fucking doubt for this to be something that stands.
Everyone thinks this is a case of public opinion.
And it's not.
It's an actual court case.
It's
So
not.
It doesn't matter what's being reported on the shade room.
It's not. And if the first gunshots, as he said, came from Kelsey, maybe her hand was still on the trigger while he was trying to get it away from her.
Because remember, he said the guy got out the car and trying to, it basically intervene with Kelsey.
Right. Somebody said, damn, so Torey did. You're not listening.
They ain't hearing nothing.
The man said that Torey was shooting all over everyone, but he also said that Kelsey shot first. How did Torey shoot 4 or 5 shots when there was only 5 shots fired? If Kelsey shot first, and we heard pop, 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 pause, pop, pop. What I'm surmising is pop, pop, pop is Kelsey. Bitch, you got me fucked up. Pop, pop, pop. Bitch, what you doing? Pause. Try to get it real quick, and the gun go off 2 more times, and it's him trying to get it.
Yep. And that damn, it was like this. Remember, the defense came and said, "What if he?"
Right. What if he? And they did ask the expert if he went over there and had tried to get it from her. Could that be why there was gunshot residue?
Yes.
Yeah. So, babe, this wasn't no slam dunk for the damn prosecution. I do think that the defense could have done a better job in the line of question, just to outline, certain things and just make it clear, because this witness was all over the place. The prosecution even said, I'm trying to get a foundation with you. And I'm trying, because you said this, but then you said this. So y'all are going to leave with what you want to. I told you what it was. And that's just that, baby. So talk to y'all later. Tell y'all what happens after the second half. Whew. And that's it. That's it. What the mixtape gonna be called? Bitch, never ever. Bitch, I ain't doing no motherfucking mixtape, y'all. So they said, I'm so lost. Was Torey shooting or was the girl shooting?
Kelsey was shooting first.
He said Kelsey shot first.
And there was a struggle.
And then,
what he assumed, and Torey was trying to grab the gun.
That's what he said. So don't leave out the part you don't like and keep what you want. That man said a lot of different things. He contradicted himself.
Exactly.
That's what I'm telling you. What does that say?
Sean Kelly. He says, witness Sean Kelly shares details of the night Meg and the stallion got shot. He says he believes a woman fired the shot first. Sean also reported yes to the defense attorney when asked, sir, did you see the shorter guy with a gun in his hand? He continued, then everyone started being one girl. Somebody said, to me, it appeared that they were going to throw her in the river.
Okay.
Yep.
So ain't that what the fuck I said? So what's the discrepancy?
Yep.
It ain't one. So any motherfucking way. They said no matter what it sounds like, this isn't good for Torey because the witness saying that is all that they needed. Bitch, you sound dumb because it's not solely what he said.
They must just came in on halfway.
You cannot keep what you want and throw away the rest. Bitch, this is not Thanksgiving leftovers, nigga. What are you talking about? But I'm done talking to hoes that want to come in, bitch, at the last minute and hold on with them. If you feel like Torey guilty, don't say a bitch ass thing when he walk up out of here. How about that?
Exactly.
If you think that Megan innocent, go stream her album that y'all did not buy. Okay? See you later, you guys.
If Torey would have got caught lying as many times as Megan, he would have been damned to hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we gonna press on, baby. It is a movie, and this is ridiculous. This witness is contradictory, and I just feel like, baby, you're not even making sense. You're not even making sense.
But at least he was able to paint that picture for us on what really fucking happened, the fight.
And do y'all want to talk about a fight? Do y'all want to talk about who was fighting?
Nobody want to talk about the fight.
Why y'all don't want to talk about that?
Or who got beat the fuck
up is the question.
Okay then. So this is the shit that I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what's happened so far. And I will talk to you guys soon, okay? Bye.
So that's what we got so far. It's 6 p.m. on the East Coast. So, you know, I'm thinking about a couple of hours they'll be wrapping it up on the court time over there. I'm checking Twitter real quick to see any other sources on the scene right now. Any updates? Check it. Updates or anything before I get off of there. I appreciate everybody that tuned in, let me update you. You can get your update anywhere, but y'all came and rocked with me. I appreciate that. I just got off of work, man, and I seen this story going on my way home. I said, man, let me go ahead and make sure I be on it, man.
To the streets. Y'all know what time it is.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. Let me get the next story ready. Try to put in another show for the night. Y'all have a good one for right now. I see y'all on the next round. Salute. Wick Made 912 out your area. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out.